Hey there, in today's video we're going to take a look at great marketing tips from 67 of the best marketing books of all time. Hey, I'm Gary Baker with 30minutemarketing.net. Let's take a look inside of the book, again called Great Marketing Tips from 67 of the best marketing books of all time. This book is from Bob Bly. He's a co-author. So just real quick, I'm going to jump inside the book. As you can see here on the screen, it's an ebook and it comes in a PDF. I'm going to jump inside the book and just show you the cover, and then we'll go ahead and go through the contents real quick. I'm not going to read all of these, but as you can see, there are 67 tips in here from 67 of the best marketing books, and you can see from some of the people they're from: Joe Vitale, Richard Benson. I mean, it just goes through a whole list of people. And the great thing about this, these are a lot of hard to find books, or maybe even some books that you can't even find or aren't even in print. And you'll be able to access these marketing tips right inside this PDF. Ogilvy's in here as well. Again, Joe Sugarman there. Lots and lots of books, lots and lots of tips from great books. Okay, so it goes through all 67 tips inside the books. 67 tips from 67 books. Okay, so there's a little introduction there from actually Frank Gerard, who is the co-author with Bob Bly. Right here, so we'll just start with number 1. So I'm going to show you 3 of the tips real quick inside the book, just to give you a feel for the kind of thing that you'll get when you get inside this book. So tip number 1, Richard Benson's 9 proven ways to get more customers. And I'm not going to read all of the ways, but I just want to highlight some of the ways that are in this one tip, and make sure that you understand that this book, Secrets of Successful Direct Mail, written by Richard Benson in 1991. Okay, so this is, marketing direct mail, but even if you're doing online marketing, you can take these tips and you can use them, and you will actually read this and you'll see how a lot of these tips from direct mail are used today inside of what most people call internet marketing, even though direct mail and internet marketing are still a form of direct response marketing. Okay, so right here, 9 proven ways to get more customers. Use a contest or sweepstakes. Offer a bill me later option. Use stickers. Okay, now one of the things I want to highlight here when it says use stickers, of course they're talking about direct mail, and it goes into the type of sticker is like a lift note, so like a sticky note on the actual letter when they open it up, so they have to pay attention to it. But a sticker is a type of pattern interrupt, and you hear about this all the time, especially in internet marketing on social media. Pattern interrupt. You got to get people's attention. You need to do something different, right? Okay. It goes into talking about tip number 4, offer a membership instead of just a subscription. Focus more on repeat buyers, because not all customers are the same. A frequent purchaser is more likely to purchase 1 or more additional items. Number 6, never sell 2 things at once. This is about focus. Use long sales copy. Use the word free in your copy. And then right here, offer credit or delayed billing. And then at the end, it talks about 1 simple change in your approach to converting more prospects into customers or selling more to existing customers can have a massive impact on profits. So just right there in that one tip, you can see that that's one tip, but it expands on so many more tips inside of that one tip. So at the end of the day, I mean, the thing I love about this book, when I read it, I opened it up, I was like, this is so great. And I kept reading the tips, and then I learned more about authors I've never heard of, and then some of the authors I've heard of, but I've never actually read their book, because, I mean, who has the time to read all these books, even if you can find them, right? So it was just, I was really blown away, is what I'm saying about this book. Tip number 2, hypnotic writer, Joe Vitale, or Vitale, secret for connecting with customers so they'll buy, from hypnotic writing. I actually own this book. But even owning the book, I mean, you can read a book once, 2, 3 times, right? Take a lot of notes, but still, sometimes you may miss something, but they've highlighted it here for you. So I was able to read this, and it's like, wow, I remember reading it. So then I went back to that book, right? I'm like, dig a little deeper inside of that book. So one little known secret when it comes to writing highly persuasive copy is the great intimacy secret. When writing copy, you should think of yourself as sitting across a table from the prospect having a one-on-one conversation. I've actually talked about this in a video that I've done here on YouTube, here on the channel, where I talked about finding your own voice and having a conversation with the person. Just like right now, I'm talking directly to you. Okay, so this is a form of, marketing, obviously, right? When you're writing your copy, you should think of yourself as sitting across the table from the prospect having a one-on-one conversation. That's what I'm doing with you right now, having a one-on-one conversation, right? Even though this video is on YouTube and everyone could be watching it at the same time, I am just talking directly to you. So that is what he calls the great intimacy secret, right? And then we'll go over to step 3 real quick. Classic copywriter Maxwell Sackham's One Deadly Mistake All Marketers Must Avoid. Now, this book was written in 1979, The 7 Deadly Advertising Mistakes. Okay? One major advertising mistake many companies make is to leave the prospect dangling after they read your copy. Many ads don't tell a prospect precisely what to do next to either make the sale or move the prospect further in the sales process. Okay, this is what we call a call to action, right? And so many people avoid this, or they're not 100% clear. For example, I just read, 3 tips to you. So now my call to action has to be clear and precise. You're watching this video, you're at this stage, we're having this one-on-one conversation. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you, go ahead, check the description, the first comment, and guess what? There's going to be a link where you can get this book, Greatest Marketing Tips from 67 of the Best Marketing Books of All Time. So right there, right, don't avoid that deadly mistake. Tip number 3, right? Make a clear call to action, right? Move your prospect forward. Again, there'll be a link in the description. Just go ahead, go down there and click it, and you can get your copy of this book. All right? Okay, so those are 3 tips outside of the book, and as I said, there's 67 of them in there. But before I let you go, I want to actually look at the sales page, and I want to talk about the sales page from Bob Bly, right? And the way he does his sales pages are, obviously, he's who McGraw-Hill calls America's top copywriter, right? So he's really good at copywriting. So his headline, now you can get the best ideas from 67 of the greatest marketing books ever written in one evening. Meaning you can sit down and you can read one book and get all the knowledge, right? Or the highlighted knowledge, the Cliff Notes, if you will, from this one book. Okay? But that's not actually what I want to cover here. I want to actually talk about Bob Bly, or Robert W. Bly. One of his favorite books of mine is the Copywriters Handbook, which I'll actually have a link where you can get a copy of this as well in the description. This is an excellent book, but I want to highlight one thing that he does here on this sales page for the 67 tips from the greatest marketing books ever written. Is when he comes down here, he gets to his bullet points inside of his email copy, or inside of his copy, his sales page copy. Okay, so he goes, now by reading 6 great marketing tips from 67 of the best marketing books of all time, you can get in less than a day's reading invaluable copywriting tips and marketing ideas that used to be part of the standard education for any self-respecting marketer, but today are largely forgotten. Okay, so a lot of these books are, like I said, are out of, they're out of print, or even if sometimes you can find them at the library, sometimes you can't, or you pay $200 or $300 for them. Okay. But again, what I want to highlight here on the sales page inside of his copy, just like I was talking about his book, right? The Copywriters Handbook by Bob Bly, are these bullet points, right? When he goes into these bullet points, he takes so much, it's so much time and effort, and he just so highly focused, intense focus on his bullet points to really drive home the message of what you're going to get inside of this book when you purchase it, right? Including 9 proven ways to get more customers from the late great Dick Benson, Chapter 1. Hypnotic writing, Joe Vitale's secret for connecting with customers so they will buy, Chapter 2. Jay Abraham on the strategy of preeminence, Chapter 23. How Claude Hopkins used bottle washing to turn Schlitz into the #1 beer brand in 6 months, Chapter 11. Okay, these bullet points are so powerful. And inside of his book here, his copywriting book, I want to read what he says about bullet points, right? So, on page 60 of his Copywriter's Handbook, he has how to use bullets. One of the most effective techniques for writing copy, right, that many copywriters rattle off the bullets quickly, and as a result, settle for bullets that are ordinary and therefore not engaging. It takes a bit more energy and creativity to come up with a bullet item that is as strong and as compelling as the classic from the boardroom, What Never to Eat on an Airplane. One of the most common mistakes with bullets is not including the right level of information. Tell too much, and you give away the information for free. And there is no need to order the product to find the answer. For example, if your bullet says, how to erase pain by using an over-counted lotion called Capsaicin, no curiosity is generated because you've told the secret. Okay? On the other hand, if you say why B vitamins are an absolute must for people predisposed to disease, okay, you fail to hook me because I don't know what the disease is. So his rule of thumb for writing strong bullets is be specific about the problem. Okay? Be vague and mysterious about the solution, plus do it with a twist, hook, or unusual angle. Okay? So these bullet points on the sales page, before you even purchase the great marketing tips from 67 of the best marketing books of all time. And the thing is, I really enjoy this stuff. Marketing, obviously, 30-minute marketing. This YouTube channel is all about marketing. This is what I do. It's a passion of mine. I'm very passionate about that, obviously, because it is a passion. But these bullet points and the fact that he's so adamant about it in his copywriting book and how he actually uses his bullet points. And I'll just scroll through here, and you can see he breaks it up with an order now button, right? So he has that precise call to action. But he just keeps going, right? 3 tips for improving your word of mouth marketing, chapter 54. Okay, and he even highlights some of them. How to use fear as a motivator, in your sales copy, chapter 8. And he just keeps going with a bullet point and so much more. Okay, and then he gets down here, and then he actually goes into his bonus, which is at the bottom, which is very important part of this, right? You actually get a free bonus, which is another ebook, which is another set of marketing tips from him, Bob Bly, the co-author of this book. And he goes through another list of, guess what, bullet points. How to proofread better than your spell checker. The simple word change that sold 60% more mail order cakes, page 109. These are all bullet points and everything that you're going to find out in the bonus gift that comes with the book when you purchase it. So anyway, this book, I found it on Bob Bly's site. Like I said, Copywriters Handbook, one of my favorites. I picked up a couple more of his ebooks, but this one I really wanted to highlight because it does give you quick access to great marketing tips from 67 of the best marketing books of all time that are not easily accessible. So I just want to make sure that I shot a quick video, gave you a little look inside of the book, talked about the sales page and those bullet points because I just think that it's just amazing copy and it really grabs me, and I just wanted to share that with you. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know when you pick up the book what you think about it. I mean, I think it's awesome, and I would love to hear what you have to say about it. And again, the link for the book will be there in the description in the first comment. Give me a thumbs up, like this video, share it, and leave a comment, and let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.